come to our places and come to order. I will have order in this meeting. Welcome to the Redevelopment Commission meeting. Will you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we do the roll call?
Mayor Bonta,
Here.
Commissioner Ambler,
Here.
Commissioner Podgorski,
Here.
Commissioner Lack,
Here.
Commissioner Munn,
Here.
Commissioner Vasquez.
Here.
And Commissioner Podgorski is new, but it's good to have you here. And did everyone have a chance to take a look at the minutes? We actually have two sets of minutes. We have it from 4:23 and 5:14. Are there any corrections, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve both minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, I believe they both passed. That'll get us to the payment of claims. Did everyone have a chance to take a look at the claims? Any questions, comments, or a motion? And I don't think we have a horse in here this time, Wilma.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that's gonna be my favorite story ever.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And we passed. That'll get us to the staff reports. Mr. Bowditch, how are you?
Doing well today, Mayor, and welcome to our newest commissioner. Thank you. Just as a quick introduction, my name is Dan Bowditch. I'm the redevelopment director working with the Redevelopment Commission in the city as far as economic development finance, and redevelopment efforts, and assisting in site selection for companies that want to move to Portage and assist with tax increment financing issues. So welcome. If you ever have a question, do not hesitate to call me.
Dan, we had a suggestion to move the
I'm
mic just a little
getting
over.
yelled at by the man behind the curtain. Is that better? Test one. So I was approved. So welcome and thank you. You can call me anytime, believe me, as all commissioners can. So as of, for a staff report, number one, this afternoon, I do want to add, under my staff report, that we did receive a professional service agreement from A&Z Engineering. At our last meeting, Redevelopment Commission, we approved an amendment number 2 to the, as a supplemental agreement for additional services to complete the survey and alta work for the purchase of the properties that are at the downtown mall, the parking lot, and the rear portions of the downtown mall owners, so that we can construct an alley as well as a frontage downtown Main Street, quote-unquote Main Street. That was approved. At this time, there is a professional service agreement that we've received from A&Z Engineering to prepare the ALTA survey, and we had discussed this both at the April 23rd meeting and the May 14th meeting, for the ALTA survey to be extended to all the properties that are owned by the Redevelopment Commission, and what I've called, and it's not a finalized name, all the property owned by the Redevelopment Commission, Promenade West. Basically, the Holiday properties on the east is Promenade East in my planning realm. So we also are looking at, in this proposal, to have the geotechnical work done, meaning they would have soil borings prepared, identify the soils to determine the constructability and the potential for construction of the land in this area. Generally, it's everything from the current baseball field south to Central Avenue, and basically everything just to City Hall and north, including the easement that is in the shopping mall parking area all the way to Willow Creek. It would not include the downtown mall that they're currently doing under the supplement number 2. So that's the geotechnical, as well as the environmental assessment study. That study goes in and looks at all the properties to make sure that if there are any red flags, it's considered a Phase 1 EAS. That's for the purposes of identifying any flags or triggers that would identify tainting of the soil that would have to be remediated or mitigated due to environmental conditions of the soils. We don't anticipate any, but potentially in preparing a request for proposals for development of this area, the first thing developers are going to ask is, do you have a survey of the area by blocks? Do you have a geotechnical so we know what the soils are and what the conditions are for buildability? And do you have the environmental assessment so it's part of our incentive to expedite the process of development? The agreement that was submitted from A&Z was a not-to-exceed amount. Let me get to that page. Bear with me here. I want to make sure I give you the correct number. Was $250,380. I do have, there are funds available in the general fund as well as in the allocation fund for the project to be completed. Again, this is deemed to be more of an incentive, so when incentives are provided to a developer, we will net out this cost in that incentive. That would be the entire. So if possible, I would ask for approval of the proposal as submitted based upon legal review from the commission members this afternoon. Can I do that at this point? Yes. If there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to ask those. I did have a map showing the area, but the TVs aren't working, so I don't. They have it in their packet, yes.
Not in the original packet.
Yes. Yes.
It is in the original.
Yes. So A&Z is all, and the reason for requesting the proposal from A&Z is they're already doing the initial, they're finalizing the ALTA work and survey work for the downtown parcels. So they already have the coordinates, the points. It just makes sense to use A&Z for that purpose.
I will make a motion to approve professional service agreement for A and Z not to exceed $250,380.
Yes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I believe that passed.
And Mayor, if we can get that signed tonight. A and Z contacted us this afternoon to make sure it was on the agenda, and they will start work on it ASAP because it is of high priority to the city and the Redevelopment Commission to get the RFP moving and get this information going. However, I will state, a caveat, is the survey work that Bill needs is of a higher priority. Thank you. Yes. So the work under supplement number 2 is a higher priority. Second on my request is that our next regular meeting is scheduled for June 25th, our regular meeting. I know we've been having a number of these in the past 3 months, but it has been a busy time. I would request for a special meeting on June 11th, which is Thursday, at 4:30. The purpose of that meeting is we have 4 development agreements that are pending. 2 are for Simon CRE, which is commercial real estate development, for the, generally, as we know it, the target development, and the other is for the BJ's, I always say warehouse, but it's wholesale. Yes, I have to get that out of my mind. It's for the BJ's wholesale site. Those have been reviewed by the city attorney. I believe that Scott also has those. And last week, are we okay on the?
I'm not available to stream it without the end of that, doing a presentation.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So when we were at a conference last week for the International Conference of Shopping Centers, we did meet with Josh Simon, and he has it, and his attorneys are reviewing it so that we can finalize that. He is very anxious to get the bonding process started and done in June, but we first need that development agreement, both development agreements to be signed. Additionally, we have 2 potential development on Melton Road in 20, GIS, which is known as Tenant A, and Hill Manufacturing and Fabrication, which is known as Tenant B. They've been provided development agreements that are the same, and so they are reviewing those, and if we can possibly get those done at the same time, that would be helpful.
It definitely sounds like we have reason to meet on the 11th or a date that works. In regards to Z's schedule, and I apologize, I don't know if we could have Z come out, or is that the best way to handle that?
He had just mentioned he was not available on the 11th.
Yeah, I'm not available on the 11th. I'll be in Atlanta doing a presentation that week, but I am.
You're out the whole week, though? Or is it the,
No
pressure.
I'm leaving that Wednesday. No, I'm sorry, I'm leaving on the 11th. I'm leaving on the 11th. But I am available on Wednesday or Tuesday or any other day that week. And I'm definitely available the following Thursday, if necessary, or any day that next week also.
Does the 10th work? I see one commissioner saying no.
10th does not work. The 9th would, in my case, if that works for other people. But I'm not a huge fan of doing meetings on Friday. I just don't think
No.
it's terribly appropriate for government. I have no personal issue with being at things on Friday, but I just don't think it's good government policy.
No.
Would it hurt
Agreed.
to do it on the 18th? Is it,
Which day is the
How-
18th?
that would be the
It's a-
following
It's a Thursday
Thursday.
as well.
The 18th would be fine. The 18th would work. I'd be fine with that.
18th works for me. 9th also works, but does 9th not work for you? Or, no? Okay. And would the 18th be too
Yes.
late in your assessment, or?
No.
Is there anything happening in the chambers? Could have me in and check it out. I mean,
Is there anything happening in these council chambers on the 18th?
Nothing on my schedule.
Yeah, I don't have anything on mine either.
So if the June 18th at 4:30 works, that would be fine with me. And that actually gives us an extra week to make sure that the attorneys and everything is ready to go.
And that could be good for making sure what's the term, fine tooth comb? all
Yes.
that, Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
really important things, so if that's workable, I think the
Yep.
18th sounds great.
4:30?
4:30?
Yes.
Sounds good, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Do we need a motion on that, or?
Yes. I will. It's always good to have a motion for a special meeting.
Motion for a special meeting at 4:30 PM on Thursday, June 18th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for the commissioners and our new commissioner, these development agreements are for a potential of over, it's close to maybe $150 to $200 million of investment, which will create jobs as well as redevelop 20. And that may, those two projects themselves on 20 potentially can create anywhere from 200 to 350 new jobs over the next 3 years.
Those are the permanent jobs. on
No,
the-
permanent jobs.
yeah.
Those aren't construction jobs.
And nothing against construction jobs, that'll do well too, but 300 permanent jobs is definitely a great thing
Yes.
as well.
And I am sure that the construction industry is very happy with having a potential more construction jobs for them. Yeah, in every union and every portion of the construction industry. Lastly, I did want to bring up Bill Rathjen of Macaulay Bennett to talk about some real estate issues before the commission. Thank you, Bill. I don't want to get yelled at. Don't get yelled at.
Okay, Commissioners, I have a couple issues for you tonight. If you, some of you may remember that we created a two-lot subdivision off of Old Porter Road from some excess land that the city or the RDC owned when Old Porter Road was rerouted many years ago. We have received an offer on this property. I've reviewed the offer, and I would suggest that we make a counteroffer and be authorized. I'd like for your motion tonight to authorize that counteroffer at a price of $200,000, that we limit the engineering to the work already completed by Snyder on our subdivision work. They will have to add a financing addendum to the offer, because they did specify that it was subject to financing, but they didn't put the addendum in the offer. And we would limit the total time to 90 days for all zoning, permitting, and financing. And we would need some pre-qualification financial informations with the counteroffer to show that they can build the project. All would be subject to legal review.
So moved.
I'm not going to repeat it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All
Thank
right.
you. And my last issue tonight is relative to Veterans Parkway Extension. We have a need for another appraisal on the Powers Health lot. So I'd ask for a not to exceed of $2,000 for obtaining the fourth appraisal.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have for you tonight.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, I have under new business discussion for the 2026 RDC budget.
Let me get my microphone so I don't get yelled at a second time. I want to make sure I get a heart when I go to the Wizard of Oz. So I did want to bring up that I have gone through both the allocation fund and the general fund, which includes NERC, as far as identifying what the current balance is as of April 30th, 2026. I'll have a more detailed breakdown for you and provide it in an Excel spreadsheet PDF for you. But I'll do the general fund first, which is Fund 2555. Again, it includes NERC, and for our new commissioner, we treat the NERC building a little bit separately, but it's included under the general fund. So we track the expenses that we pay for that building outside of the general fund normally, but we include it in that balance. So the beginning balance as of January 1st, 2026 was $371,145.45. We had revenues year-to-date of $144,224.12. There were expenses from the general fund of $148,195.43. Specific to NERC, expenses were $50,641.32. The current balance of that fund, based upon this information and the reports provided by the Office of the Clerk Treasurer and Virginia Perez, is $316,532.82, which is not uncommon for that fund to be around the $300,000 to $250,000 a year. As far as the allocation fund for the Southport Economic Development Area and the allocation area, Fund 4445, the beginning balance was $2,063,930.54. Year-to-date revenues are $2,208,878.54. Expenses to date for all projects, land acquisition was $3,026,895.43, with a current balance of $1,245,913.65. Please note that take into consideration that the tax increment distributions will be distributed around June 15th to June 25th. Usually Porter County is a little bit earlier. Other counties are usually the last Thursday to Friday of the month. Porter County is usually very timely in getting them done either the second or first to second week of June, which is to be encouraged. So the tax increment revenue funds will be included in that amount also for the June meeting. So that we normally get that cycle where we get a swale and then it peaks usually around August, and then all the bills are paid for debt service, and then we'll have a better idea. But I'll go through and I have detail of that, and I will provide that to you for all the projects that's in Excel. I wanted to go over it because I know I've been putting all this information together for the past several months, and we now have an ability to track it better, although Sonia does a very good job of tracking it also. So normally I put it together, Sonia does her work, and then we coordinate and match so we all tie out. If there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer those. Oh, you're welcome.
Mr. Cherry, did you want me to just bring up the matter related to the car show and cruise night? If I understand it right, we have the agreements it's the hold harmless, agreement for them to be able to proceed with doing the car show. I know on the Board of Works, we approved the same agreement for the Civil City owned side, so this would be the agreement for the RDC owned side. To your average resident or attendee at the event, it probably just looks like one big field. But by us completing this, I think that it approves them for the June 6th event, which...
And I can recommend that the Redevelopment Commission approve the hold harmless statement and indemnification clause. That's been reviewed.
Any other questions, other than just the fact that I know I'm particularly excited about this? I can tell you that they've been hard at work. Last time around, they planned for up to 1,000 people, which they thought was playing it very safe, and then they had 2,000 people or more. So this time around, they're planning for 3,000 people, just in case. And even if it's 2,500, I think that they're even better prepared, to make sure that the event goes very smooth.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Is there anything else other business or a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you.